Oh, we're live.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Woo.
I hope you can all hear us and see us fine.
Yeah, let's do a check real quick. I got it. Ooh, Zoe.
What?
Nothing.
Is that light being on in there help at all?
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't even shine some tools.
I don't need this app to load. No thanks. All right, let's see what they say. Comment on that post if you can hear us and see us, please.
Where's my drink?
They said no and no.
They can't hear us or see us?
No. Tammy Austin says yes.
Okay.
Go, Tammy.
Okay, if you can't hear us or see us, you're not going to hear this right now, but it's probably because of your Wi-Fi. So, hopefully you can catch up when your Wi-Fi catches up.
All right, let's see what they're saying. Nope, nothing.
Tell them to refresh and try again.
My dad says he cannot see us. They can hear us, but they can't see us. That's their Wi-Fi. Haley Byers can hear and see. Hey.
I'm trying to join it right now. Let's see what happens. Wi-Fi catches up. I can see it. I can see us and hear us.
Let's see what they're saying.
All right, so let's just go. Let's go. Let's go.
It's recording, right?
Yep, it's recording.
And Lindsay has all the notes, and I have no notes, so that's always fun.
I'll keep us on track. Okay, so we're going to start with question number 1, and we're going to post this on the Facebook page, and you're going to answer it there. This is for those of you who want Beach Bash points, but even if you're not running for the Beach Bash, we want you to answer the question. Question number 1 is, what's the one lie you've allowed yourself to believe about this business? Are you posting that, or am I posting?
I'm posting it.
Okay. So we really want to get serious here. We want to be for real. What's the one lie that you've allowed yourself to believe? Is it about yourself? Is it about the company? Is it about the products? Is it about the compensation plan? Is it about what you're capable of? What's the one lie that you have believed that has tainted your view and experience of this business so far? And everybody has one of these lies, except for maybe like 2 people, but everybody else has it. And then we are going to jump right into basically a big elaboration on the steps to success. Steps to success are the 3 simple steps that we follow every single month. It doesn't matter if you're brand new or if you've been in for 50 years, which is impossible. We're following these 3 steps every single month. This is the only thing you need to be doing to grow your business, is the steps to success. And so we're going to hit this pretty hard and elaborate on it. And here we go. So as you all know, step number 1 is joining the party. For a brand new distributor, that looks like $99. $99 buys you a business, which is ridiculous. Ask any business owner how many of them started for 99 bucks. It also comes with enough product for you to be able to sell and make your money back, which is also ridiculous. You can start a business for no money out of pocket. But after that first month, so the first month the month that you join, you don't have to worry about anything else that month. But after that month, the next month, you've got to figure out a way to be commission qualified. And there's 2 ways to do that. So, Erin, if you want to jump into that.
People are saying that you sound like you have an echo.
Echo. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Because I only have one system playing this, so it shouldn't be echoing.
Is it maybe mine is too loud? Uh-oh. I put you on mute. Didn't mean. Oh, what? Okay. Let me see if that's better. I'm sorry. I was responding to these text messages. What did you ask me about?
How we become commission qualified.
Okay, so this has kind of been a big deal the past couple of months, you guys. There's a couple of reasons why you have to reach a certain goal to be commission qualified. The Federal Trade Commission demands it. There has to be an exchange of goods for our company to pay you. So that's one of two ways. Our company gives you two ways to do this. One, you either have 150 PV in personal sales. That means what you order and your customers, not what your distributors' customers are ordering, but what you and your customers are ordering every month. Needs to be 150. That's basically 5 people ordering greens, or 5 people ordering hair, skin, and nails, or 4 people ordering wraps. You know, that's your first option. The second option is that you run an 80 BV auto ship. It's my favorite. It's my favorite option, because that means you're getting product to use. You're getting an opportunity to utilize the product, test the product, and be able to have a story. So those are the two ways. They are there, one or the other, because law requires them to be there. So your goal when you first come in is, one, obviously, if you've never used the product, you probably need to run that auto ship, because you need to try some of the stuff and get your testimony going. But two, if you're like me and you come in and that 80 BV auto ship ain't gonna happen because you don't have the money, bust your tail to get some customers. That's the only two options. And that's not because the company wants more of your money or anything like that. We have to exchange our goods with one another. There has to be an exchange, or else we're a pyramid scheme.
And we are not a pyramid scheme.
We are, heck no, we're not.
So we want you to, one, when you enroll a new distributor, it's $99. They don't have to buy anything more. They can mini boost, they can party boost. They don't have to do those things, but do put the bug in their ear maybe to get some greens on the go so they can hand those out for samples, or maybe fat fighter so they can do the fat fighter demo at a party, or maybe to try one of the smaller products that they can start building their own results on, hair, skin, and nails, or something like that. None of that is necessary. They only have to do the 99. And then they're going to either do their 80 BV auto ship, which is going to cost them $80 to $100 a month, or they're going to get their personal volume up to 150. And like Erin said, that is 5 customers, 4 customers, just depending on what they're ordering. Now, we're going to talk in a little bit about fast start bonuses, but here I want to go ahead and plant the bug. You cannot get a fast start bonus off of somebody. So if somebody comes in and they get their first 2 loyal customers, you get a $99 bonus for enrolling them, but you can't get that if they are not commission qualified in their second month. So it is so important that they are either running an auto ship or getting their PBV up to 150. Do not forget that. Any other points about becoming commission qualified?
Nope.
Okay, so on to number 2. Step number 2 is we are getting loyal customers. There is no specific number that you have to get for each month. We try for 4. We try to get maybe 8, maybe 12, maybe 16. But if you get 2, that's fine. You're still moving. You're still growing your business. Erin, 4 loyal customers in 30 days. Go.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that you guys need to be working for and helping your distributors get really in the first 2 weeks. That is friends and family. That is posting on Facebook 2 to 3 times a day. That is messaging people. You know, we have a product that people want and need. So all you're doing is offering it to them. Now, if you're on, you're like, I'm gung-ho, I'm ready to go, and then you post twice in your first week, you know, really, that's giving you access to what, like 30 people on Facebook? You have got to get on it. You've got to be posting. You've got to be talking to people. Greens are for everyone. It's like oxygen. We all need greens. So you need to be offering that product to everyone that you know. It could be your grandma. Grandmas need greens too, just like grandmas need love too. You guys need to workers and your cousins and your best friend. And those are going to be your first 4 customers. That unlocks so many things. First of all, it gives you confidence, right? You get your first 4 customers and you're like, People really want this. They weren't kidding. No, we're not kidding. They really want it. So it unlocks confidence. It unlocks our 2x2 wrap rewards. Every 2 loyal customers for the entire lifetime of your business with this company gets you a box of wraps for $25 and free shipping. Amazing. That's increasing your profitability. When you sell those wraps, you're making more profit. So it unlocks the 2x2 wrap rewards, but also if you get 4 customers in your first 30 calendar days, that means the day you sign up, you've got to count and get to 30. Bust your booty. You can do it. It's not a big deal. You get those first 4, the company's going to give you your first bonus, which is $120 and free product credit. So it's a great little boost. And then you get to post on Facebook, earned my first bonus with my new business. They gave me $120 in free stuff, blah, 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 blah. So it kind of gives you a little something to say, even though you maybe haven't earned an actual paycheck yet. And then another thing it's doing is it's building a group of people that can speak for you, word of mouth. That's why we're doing this. We don't pay a lot of money for advertising because the more customers you sign up, the more people you have out there talking about why they love these products and bringing you more residual income. So your first 4 are integral. That's a weird word. They're very important. They are very important for customers. And out of my first 4, 2 are distributors and 2 still order. So they're very important customers. And they may come and go, but they're very important to your business.
And Aaron earlier. I'm echoing.
What? Hey. Okay, Aaron
in here. Are you hearing that?
I hear nothing.
Okay. You're going to have to say it. Non-negotiable.
What?
Non-negotiable.
Oh, yes. The first 4 customers are non-negotiable. You have to get them. If you are new, you have to have your first 4 customers in your 30 days in order to be eligible for the Ruby bonus. The Ruby bonus is literally completing the steps to success. You have to do them. So if you don't get your first 4 in 30 days, you cannot earn the Ruby bonus. Every distributor you bring in from now on needs those first 4 customers regardless, because it just helps them. But if they're going for Ruby bonus, let's say they bring it back next month. I don't think they will, but if they do, you got to make sure they know the importance of that. We have got to be rushing for that first 4 customers.
Okay. Can you mute your Let me see if that helps. Yes.
I know I can't hear you though.
You can't hear me? Shoot.
You told me to mute my computer.
Oh, but I'm not. It was your computer. I'm not echoing anymore. Oh, yes, I am.
Now are you?
No.
It's my computer, but I can't hear you.
Oh, good. Okay. So, dadgummit. Maybe turn me down.
I did.
This is so bad.
Is it still echoing?
Yes. Okay. So about getting those first 4 loyal customers and other loyal customers, how do you do it? There's several ways to do it. First way is you need to have a launch party. That's also a non-negotiable. Even if you don't want to have parties in this business, you have to have a launch party so that I can't even think. You're going to have to do it. No.
I can't hear anything, so if you need me.
You do it. You say it. You say it. Launch party, why it's important. Oh, yeah. You say it. Take me off mute. Hello. You talk about launch party.
What?
You talk about launch parties. I can't think over my own echo.
I don't know how to fix it. Chris, where are you? He's not here. Launch parties. I have no echo, so I'll just keep talking the whole freaking time. Great. Launch parties are really important because, one, it gets you in front of a larger group of people. And, like, you can host your own. You can do it over Skype with your upline or whatever, but it's really great if you can find 1 or 3 people who would be willing to host it for you, because their circle of influences may be different than yours. So let's say you get in a room of 6 women, you try some of the greens, you try the Profit, they try some of the skincare, and then you just kind of go over the party pad. It's really simple. You've given all these people that you maybe wouldn't have had that much exposure to information on the products, and then also you get to bring them the business. It's a great way to make quick wrap cash, because people are always wanting to buy wraps at the parties, but it's a great way to get your customers really, really quick. So one of the things we say is, if you're a party person and you love that idea, try to schedule 1 or 2 in your first 7 to 10 days. They don't take a lot of planning. They need like water and fruit. It doesn't take a whole lot. So if that's something that appeals to you, go ahead and try to get them scheduled, the first week to 2 weeks. That way you have some of your customers, ready to go, because most of the time when we have a party, we're signing, at least 25% of the guests as customers.
Also, I can't do it. Okay.
Are you sure you don't have another window open?
Yeah, I'm pretty positive. And it's when you mute me that I'm not echoing. I don't know how to do this. Okay, so prospecting and prospect lists. So anytime someone likes one of your statuses or comments on one of your statuses or private messages you, comes to your party, asks your mom about what you're doing, anyone that you talk to because they ask you about your It Works shirt, these are all potential somethings. They're potential customers or potential distributors. So they are prospects, and you need to make a place where you keep a list of all of your prospects. And I would say, even if you've only got 5 right now, still make the list, because you will forget these people later. You will get an influx of customers and potential distributors. And then all these names, I still go back to my very original list, my very first list. And I contact those people still 2 years later, almost 2 years later, about the business, about the opportunity, about the products, about fat patterns, about hair, skin, and nails, about whatever it is they're interested in. So you have to have that prospect list, and you have to talk to these people. Now, it's important that you're not just posting and saying, nobody's liking my stuff. Nobody wants anything that I've got. Nobody wants the business. Nobody wants the products. Everybody's saying no. Everybody's saying they can't afford it. I hate those. I hate it. I hate it when you guys say that, because it's not true. You're just saying something wrong, or you're saying it in an unappealing way, or perhaps it's not their right timing, but you still have to try. So Erin, you want to talk a little bit about the correct way to approach people about anything?
I mean, I think that you guys have to come at this out the gate with boldness and excitement. A lot of times when I talk to you, you're saying that, you've talked to so many people and they all say no. And then when I ask you how many people, you say that's like 6 people. I mean, your numbers need to be 3 times. What?
Tell them how you worked that way in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly the beginning for my business was all about excuses, and I didn't want to talk to people, and I didn't want to reach out to them. And so I would say, oh, I'm talking. I mean, I would literally tell Amy, everyone I'm talking to is saying no. And it's just not true, because I really wasn't talking to that many people. I was talking to 3 or 4 people. And a lot of it, I was depending on them coming to me. And you guys, we've just got to buck up. This is your business. You're an entrepreneur. If you don't market, if you don't talk about this, if you don't do the work, the results will not come. 6 people that you're waiting on a yes from is not going to cut it. You need 20 to 50. You need to think, the number of people I need to fill this chart, I need to be contacting 3 times that many every week. Every week. And you have to do it with boldness. When somebody comes at you and they say, now's not really a good time, and just say, why? What's going on? I know that you wanted to do this for X, Y, and Z. Rhonda Hartman told me this week, if you don't know their motivation, they're not an actual prospect. That's killer. How many people do you think are your prospects, and yet you really don't even know why they would want to do this? That's the first thing you're finding out. You're a person who is loving on, digging into, and investing in people's lives. Find out what motivates them. Why would they start their own business? So when somebody brings an objection to you, I don't have enough time, I'm scared, I'm not a good salesperson, it's saturated, whatever. Your response isn't, okay, let me know, or to ignore it. You've got to come back at them with a little fierceness, lovingly, and say, okay, what's going on? What's changed? I know you were super excited about this. I'm ready to get you in. And you need to be honest. If this was you, however long ago it is that you joined, and you had said to the person who was talking to you about this business, now it's just not a good time. And you know in your heart that the reason you would have said that, because this is who I was because literally $99 wasn't going to happen in the budget. And really, honestly, adding one thing extra to your plate was going to kill you. Put yourself in that person's shoes. If you were that person and you said those words to you, the person who was talking to you about this business, you said, it's not a good time for me. And that person, your sponsor, gave up on you and didn't respond, didn't come back, didn't follow up. What would you be doing right now? You have got to follow up with boldness and be excited. Forward. At the same time as being loving. You don't have to be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. Lindsay's got a headset on too. Can you still hear me when I put this thing on?
Yes. Can you hear through the headphones?
Yes. Is there an echo?
No!
Let's save the day. Yay, Clementine. Yay, Clemens. Yay.
Woo! Okay. So yes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yes, me too. Woo.
Okay.
I tried the headphone and
I look like a doofus.
Nah, you look good. Okay. So yes, when you're talking to your prospects, first of all, you have to have a real conversation with them. So, and we're talking about customers and distributors, and we're probably getting ahead of ourselves talking about distributors. So if we're talking about customers and they say they want it, and they keep contacting you, but they keep not doing anything. Here's something that I'm seeing a lot of, and it's driving me nuts, guys. You have got to get over yourselves and pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. If they say they're interested in hair, skin, and nails, their hair is falling apart since pregnancy, it's coming out in clumps, and they need hair, skin, and nails, then you need to say, girl, give me your number. I've got so many good things to tell you about this. Aaron, we'll wait. You need to say, I've got so many good things to tell you about this, but it's too much to type. Give me your number. I'm going to call you in 10 minutes. And if that doesn't work, I'm free after my kids are in bed at 8:30. And see what they say. Some people just really don't want to talk on the phone. And if that's the case, say, that's fine. I'll text message you and have a text conversation with them. But stop giving people your link and telling them how to become a loyal customer through your website. We are a personal business. We want to personally interact with people. We want to build relationships with these customers, and we want them, A, either ordering all of their life, or B, sending us people that also order from us all their life, or C, them becoming a distributor one day because they love the product so much they can't stop talking about it. How are you going to build that relationship if you're telling them your website and how to become a loyal customer and then never checking in? And we're going to get into that in a minute.
Bam.
You've got to build a relationship with these people. And the best way to do that is to get on the phone and say, girl, I remember when my hair was falling out. It covered the shower walls. My husband had to clean the drain every 2 days. I have been there, and this will help. And they can hear it in your voice that you are passionate, that you love what you do, that you love the product, that you believe in the product, and that will make all the difference in the whole wide world. So get on the phone with people. At the very least, text message them. Do not send them your link. Sign them up yourself. And then that also prevents people from sitting on the fence for 5 years saying they're going to do it, and then never doing it. And then all of a sudden they're not interested anymore and not responding to you. So you've got to get over yourself and start building relationships with these people. Anything else about prospecting, prospect lists?
I think that some of you guys need to accept the fact that You're going to have to put a little bit of work into your customers, especially when it comes to people who really want to lose weight and feel better. When you have people that just want to grow their hair, throw a bottle of hair, skin, and nails at them. That does the job for you. But when you have people that really want to lose weight, sometimes it takes some help. Sometimes it takes some coaching. They need to be drinking lots of waters. They need to be eating lots of fresh fruits and veggies and lean meats. They need to stay away from fast food and fried foods. They need to be moving. We are not a magic pill. And so when you're talking to somebody and they say they want to lose 20 or 30 pounds, maybe invest some time talking with them. So much of their success is going to depend on how much you believe in them and equip them. And we're not an eating plan company. We don't, get into all that, but it's just really small steps that you can help them with. And so I think that a lot of people shy away from following up because they're scared they're going to give the wrong advice. You can never go wrong with greens, vital, regular for the first month for detox. You can never go wrong with the second month, adding greens to ThermoFit and Fat Fighter. That's a triple threat. That's a huge deal. They start walking 4 nights a week, maybe running intervals, they're going to see results. Think about it as you're investing in this customer maybe 20 minutes for 24 months of residual income, or maybe they're your next distributor. Don't be afraid to get in there and get dirty with them and get messy with them and get into their life and find out what you can do to help them. That is going to become a joy for you and a passion to see your customers reach their goals. I promise you that. So just keep focused on making sure that your customers know you're not just looking for that 90-day challenger. You're looking for somebody who's going to want to stay on these products, and they will start to change people's lives. And you'll see, especially with greens, and I tell people this all the time, somebody may wrap with me for 3 months, but they use greens for 12 to 36 months. So, no matter what, people need to be on that product, and they love it, and it does so much more for them than they would ever expect.
Yes. And so I came into this business not having a fat clue about health and wellness, about working out, about the gym. In fact, I laughed at and made fun of those people all the time. One, you can learn. So just ask them questions. What are your health and wellness goals? And if you don't know how to respond to what they're saying, post it on the team page. That's what the team page is for. And ask what products are best. And then you can make recommendations off of that. But you can't learn if you don't start to try. So even if you have no idea what you're doing, just ask them some honest questions about what their goals are, where they want to be, where they'd like to see themselves maybe in 90 days or 6 months or something like that. And then if you don't know how to respond, like I said, ask us for our advice on that. So I've come a really long way, even as far as to actually run myself, which is a joke. So this business will make you invested more in yourself. When I started, I was not interested in anything but the wraps. Now we do greens every single day, and they're my favorite product. So you guys have got to open up your mind and yourselves to what you're actually potentially interested in. You don't know if you're interested in it or not. So you've got to open yourselves up to that. Anything else on that?
No, good.
Let's see. You said working. We talked about working. Posting. So did you talk about posting and frequency of posting?
I said that 2 times in your first week wasn't going to be enough, but I don't think we elaborated on that very much.
Okay. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about posting. When you're, first of all, it's 2 to 5% of your Facebook friends actually see your posts. That's not very many at all. So if you're posting 1 time a day, that's like what, 10 people that are seeing your stuff? And most of them probably aren't stopping. They're scrolling as they're in car rider line or, whatever. So you've got to post more than that. And we say this all the time, but I want to express this to you guys. We are not gimmicks and sales pitches. That's not what we are. People don't want to see you try and sell them something. They want to see what you're interested in. It's not interesting when you post those pre-made horrible posts that you're getting off Instagram and Google and everywhere. I've seen them because I posted them when I started. You've got to post based on your life and your interests and what's working for you and what you're seeing with other customers, even if they're not your own. You have to make everything that you post relate to someone's story, your story or somebody else's story. If you're not doing that, if you're posting a pre-made thing with all the bling and a million words on it and saying, join me for my 90-day challenge, you're not even going to get one like on that. I can bet you money, unless it's your enroller. So you've got to start changing the way you post and thinking about, how can I be relatable? What do people actually want to hear? They do not want to hear, join me for a 90-day challenge. They want to hear, like Jennifer Ellenberg posted today, I need some accountability partners to do this with me for 90 days. Boom, blown up, post blown up. Doesn't matter what picture she posted with that. I need some accountability partners. I'm starting this July 1st. Who wants to come with me? Oh my gosh. So guys, you've got to start posting real life, yourselves, your family, your friends, the stories that make your heart move. Even if you listen to a corporate call, post that person's story somewhere. You can go find it on their page probably. You can share the link for people to listen, but post the stuff that's really relational and not so much buy from me. Stop telling people to buy from you. Were you going to say something?
I was just going to say that when my business really started to turn around is when I stopped being afraid of being vulnerable and letting people know what my shortcomings were. I didn't know everything, and that was okay. It was really hard for me to accept. But what I knew was that the greens worked, and I knew that the regular worked, and I knew that the vital made me feel amazing. So you guys have got to find something to feel about. And whatever product that is. If you're searching Google and Instagram for images all the time, please stop. Those images are mostly ugly. You can find everything you need from the distributors that you know and that you follow on Facebook. And if you see something that you love, try to recreate it, and think the less bling and crazy going on, the better. People see the crazy blingy, tons of verbiage, weird coloring stuff. People see that and immediately think sales pitch. And that's just not attractive to them. They want to see you in your real life. They want to see people that are relatable to them. And I think that that's really important, is just for you to allow people to see that part of you and to be vulnerable about it.
What did you say about, okay. So let's go to a question really fast. Number 2, question number 2, we're going to post this on the page. It's long. So
Hold on, let me get my Facebook up.
Okay.
It's a long question.
Yeah. Well, it's just got, it doesn't have to be a long question. It's just got a couple addendums to it.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
What's the one thing that you want so bad that It Works could actually give you? Like, what's the one thing that if it could happen, oh my gosh, but you're letting one fear stop you. And then the second part of that question is it not worth it to push ahead? So what is the one thing that you want so bad that It Works could actually give you, but you're letting fear stop you? And is it not worth it to push for it anyway?
Done.
Okay. All right. So we've talked about loyal customers. We need to talk about one more aspect of loyal customers, and that is maintaining. And we've talked about this a teeny tiny bit tonight, but I really want you guys to hear what we have to say, because we've said it over and over again, and somehow people are still missing it. I had one of our leaders post this week, and she won't mind that I'm sharing this, say, oh my gosh, I'm such a bad distributor. I have never followed up with my original LCs. She gets them in the system, and then you let them order, and then they do what they do, and you don't even check in on them. You forget to update them on perks points or anything, and they just think, oh, 3 months is up, turn it off, and they're done. So she had to go through today and contact all of those LCs. All of those LCs. Yep. And this is my story too. I did this after a year a year later, I'm contacting people and saying, hey, do you remember me from so-and-so's party a year ago? I am so sorry. I've never checked in with you. You don't want to have to do that. You do not want to have to do that. So you want to go ahead and immediately, even if you haven't done it up to this point, start tonight, start tomorrow. Check in with all of those loyal customers. Hey girl, how you liking your fat fighters? Are you noticing a difference? Tell me how you're taking them. Are you drinking a lot of water with them? Build that rapport. Also, think of yourself, and we talked about this a little bit too, think of yourself as a coach. You're their coach. So you're coaching them on how to use the products. The products don't work if they're sitting in a cabinet unopened.
Yep.
Or if they've been used one time. So you need to check in with them. Hey, send me your before and after pictures. I'll collage them for you. I can't wait to see your results. Or, oh, you're not really liking this? What do you think about trying out our facial peel? Or are you interested in anything else? Do you have any other health goals? Got any, trouble areas that you want to work on? And if they say their face, we've got skincare. If they say their belly, we've got a million things for that. So, you really got to ask the questions and build these relationships. And as Erin said, it's 25 minutes of work for hopefully 25 months of residual income, because you are caring about these people and you're trying to take care of them and teach them how to take care of themselves. So you've got to work on maintenance, and that can be two things. One, you absolutely, at the very minimum, need to contact every single one of your loyal customers once a month. And that can be an email directed to them. It can be a text message. It can be a phone call. It can be whatever you want it to be. But once a month, you need to check in with them. There's a 2-2-2 rule for brand new loyal customers. 2 days after they order, you need to check in, make sure that they know how to log in, change their auto ship if they want to, change their date if they want to, understand what perks points are and all of that. 2 months after they order, and what you're doing there is really seeing how they like the product, but really it should be more than this. And then, 2 weeks after they order to make sure they got their product, using it correctly, like it, and then 2 months after they order. And then the other way that you need to be communicating with your loyal customers is, this is just my preference, but I really think it's important. And that's with something like a group email or a mass newsletter or something like that, where you're just updating them on something going on. So like this month, it would have been the 50% off energy. 2 months ago, it would have been buy one, get one wraps. If the company doesn't seem like they're going to be doing any kind of specials with the products, just highlight some products, your favorite product, what's working for you, or maybe a trio of skincare or something like that, because what you're doing is you're trying to get them to pique their interest in something else and try something new. If they have one favorite and they forget to take it for a month, they're going to turn their auto ship off. If they have 5 favorites and they run out of something, they've got to order that again. So you're really just trying to put the idea in their head of some different products that they want to use. What we see all the time is when I sit down with a distributor who already knows their favorite product or two for whatever, maybe they were a loyal customer, or maybe they've asked me a million bajillion questions. They already know they want to try these 2 things. But when I sit down with this potential and I go through the product catalog with them, they're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I need to try this. My mom would like this. My granny would like this. So you're really trying to do the same thing with your loyal customers. It's just at a slower pace through maybe a monthly newsletter. And I do that through MailChimp, or like I said, a mass email, blind copied to everybody, that kind of thing.
And something just so that you know that if you're placing any customers to get fast starts or for a promotion or whatever, that you might be enrolling and placing customers. Typically, we don't recommend that until you've got, a couple distributors under you, and that's something that you need to be talking with your upline about regardless. But if you are placing customers, just a tip is go ahead and write their email address down so that you know before, because once you place them, it's kind of hard to keep up with them. So you need to be keeping a list of customers that you place, and that way you can include them in your email newsletter every single month. And I use MailChimp as well, and it's super, super easy. I make it really simple. I do one image and a little bit of verbiage, and always have my contact information at the bottom.
This is what I do for my loyal customers, even the ones I've placed, because I didn't do this at the beginning, and then it's a hassle to try and go back through your entire downline's loyal customers and remember who you've placed. So I just have a list, It's got their name. It's got their ID number. If I know their password, because I'm helping maintain their account, I write it in here, plus their email address, the date they joined, and their phone number. And so once a month, when I check in with my loyal customers, all I have to do is look at this sheet. And I go down one by one. Hey, how are you liking your stuff? Thanks for being my customer. Do you need anything? How can I help you this month? That kind of thing. So it's not like I'm trying to remember who's enrolled to me and who's enrolled to who else. It's all one list that I can print and look at it and keep it in a safe place. So I would recommend, I'm not organized and it has bit me in the butt over and over and over again. You've got to do something to help yourself stay organized, because once you start having these million bajillion names running into your head, you forget everything, I promise, especially if you're a mom. You get mommy brain. Okay. So let's see. Let's move on to distributors. So we've talked about this a little bit. This is step number 3, getting some people to join your team. We go for 3 and we go for Ruby structure. So that's 3 to 5. That's our first goal, but you're constantly looking for new distributors. And something we've heard, Becky, what's her last name?
Scott.
Becky Scott.
Lightner Scott.
Yes, that she's done that's helped her be extremely successful in getting distributors, even off of totally random people, especially on Instagram. She works Instagram really heavy. Is when somebody says, tell me more about these wraps. Her very first initial response is, oh, girl, I have so much to tell you, but let me ask, do you want more information on the wraps, or do you want more information on how you can make money with the wraps? And she said she's had an overwhelming response of people interested in distributorship from that. And of course, it's going to result in some follow-up with these people, especially if you don't know them. But that should be your very first question. And when they say, right now, how about the wraps? Then you know maybe one day they're going to be open to distributorship. If they say, how about both? Let me have some information on both. Your next objective is to get their personal contact information, either an email address or a phone number, preferably a phone number. The sooner you can get them on the phone, the better. And you're just going to ask them questions. You don't have to sit there and say, this is how we work the business. This is all about the reps. This is all about defining gel. This is how we get distributors. You're going to say, tell me why you're interested in maybe having a home-based business. And you're going to listen to what they say. And then from there, you're going to start that personal relationship and conversation. You do not want a one-sided conversation. Think of it as a blind date. If you're just sitting there the whole time, it's a terrible date. But if you've got back and forth and good conversation and some giggles and everything else, then it's a great date. So yeah, that's the first thing you should ask. The second thing you should do is absolutely get them away from social media as soon as possible by getting their contact information. Erin, know their why.
Yeah, so I kind of mentioned this at the beginning. Rhonda said, if you don't know their motivation, then they're not a real prospect. You have to be a little crazy to start a business like this. You have to be self-motivated and you have to have self-initiative. You cannot be lazy, and you cannot be willing to give up. And so when you're talking, you want those traits to be inside of you. So if they're not there yet, if you feel like maybe you're a little lazy and you want it to be the easy way, you want it to be given to you, or you expect it to be given to you, or so-and-so got that given to them, so shouldn't it be given to you? You need to check yourself. You need to have motivation inside of you that's just constantly bubbling up. You are in control of changing your life. No one else is. So you can either grasp it and take control of that, or you will fail at this. That's just the honest truth. You can't, this is not given. This is earned. It is earned. So you need to know you need to know that that's inside of you, first of all. And if it's not, work on that. And then every time you talk to a prospect, you need to figure out what it is inside of them that's going to feed that. You don't want to sign up a distributor who doesn't really need or want this. You want the people who have a fire in their gut, and you need to name it. You need to know the first time you talk to them, and that this is me learning as well, you guys. I'm still learning. The first time you talk to them, you cannot leave that conversation without knowing why on earth they would ever consider this. So whether they come to you and they ask you, more about this business that you're doing, I'm just curious, what is it that, you would hope to accomplish with a home-based business? That's not a question that's going to pressure them into joining you. That's just a real question. Or let's say you message someone and say, hey, don't know if you see my post, but I would love to send you more information about what I'm doing. I think you would love it. This is why, blah, 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 blah. And they respond back and they say, yeah, sure, I'm interested. You know, respond back and just say, it's just something that I love. Our products are amazing. This is what they've done for me. I work it in my spare time. I started because blank, you know, why would you be interested in something like this? I'm just curious to know what other people are, you know, thinking and what their goals are. You don't have to pressure them into giving you that. You're just asking and continuing the conversation. But until you know that, you have no leverage. You have no value. You've given them nothing to motivate them to join. The way you create urgency is reminding them of why they wanted to do this in the first place. So let's say you have a prospect that's pretty hot to try. I'm excited. Let me think about it. Or, you know, let me talk to my husband or whatever it is. And then they just feel like they fall off the face of the earth. Your only standing ground is if you know their why and why they came to you in the first place. And that has got to be our goal as distributors. First of all, because that builds our integrity. That means we're putting more emphasis on them than on ourselves. More emphasis on how this is going to change their lives than how it's going to help our chart look good. That helps our mindset be focused on what it needs to be focused on. Help enough people and you'll succeed. Focus on them. Know their why. Know what drives them. That conversation is never ending. You can talk about passions and goals and dreams with people for weeks and drive the conversation and not be ignored, as opposed to you just tell them the information. You expect them to think, oh, well, I'm just going to join because that's awesome, or she's a really good salesperson. They're going to join because you have showed them that this business can accomplish the things that they need and dream of. And that's what's going to keep your prospect list growing. And it's also going to keep it from going stale because you're going to know. And then that's suddenly going to become a kind of a passion for you, you know, doesn't it, Lindsay? It just becomes a passion. You start to feel what they feel and want what they want for them.
Yeah, I can remember when I started, and I know you've all felt this way before, you're just like dying to get your first distributor. You want it so bad, you can't stand it. It's like in your gut, you want that first distributor. Then you get a distributor and they probably don't work. That's usually the case. Probably the first 3 to 4 don't really work. They tiptoe around, but I mean, you're learning what you're doing. They're learning what they're supposed to be doing. It's all new. Then it's like, once you start to achieve a little bit of success with the business and growing your team and stuff, it's like, you want it for them almost more than they do. Even if, no, especially if they want it really bad. That's like feed your want for them. And seeing stuff like Tiffany being able to quit her job, I mean, that's like having a kid. Not as big as having a kid, but that's like
have a kid, Tiho, have a kid.
That's like a life thing. That's a huge thing to be able to quit a job, retire a spouse, go on a family vacation when you've never been able to do that before. And we are part of those stepping stones. I mean, this makes me emotional. So yeah, it's like this thing that you've never experienced before, that you want it so bad for yourself, and then that passion and drive turns around and you get to push it in somebody else's direction. You want it so bad for them, you can't even stand it. So yeah, I mean, that's one of my favorites. But I want to talk for a second, because we've had a little bit of issue on this about placing distributors. Every single one of you are going to place a distributor. If you don't, you're going to have 15 across on your top line, and you're never going to get anywhere. I mean, maybe you sign a rock star too, but then you're going to get to diamond and never get to double diamond. So everybody's going to place distributors. This is not a game of favorites. This is not a game of I like you better than her or anything like that. This is what makes the most sense for the person who's placing the distributor. So if they brought their spouse in, guess what? Hubby's being built before anybody else. If you have a chart like this, this is an old chart. You are looking for who is working the hardest, who's pushing the hardest, who has worked so hard and just needs a break. You're considering all of these things. If I hear of one more person asking for a distributor or a loyal customer to be placed under them, I'm going to throw up on all of you. That is unacceptable. That's not how we work the business. We build based on what is smart, what is wise, our futures, and the people that are working for it. And if you're asking for a loyal customer or distributor to be placed under you, you're probably not working for it. And it's making me really mad. So distributors will be placed under you. And this is something else you need to think about. If you have a chart that looks like this, and you've brought in some, and your enroller, perhaps, or somebody in your upline is placed under you. Which of these are the people that you include in your group text, your leadership calls, your charting meetings? Which of these are the people that you treat like a new son or daughter?
All of them.
I don't care if you've never met them before. I don't care if they live across the country. You treat these people the exact same, every single one of these people the exact same as your best friend who you've brought in the business, because you never know who's going to take off. You never know who's going to kill it, who's going to find their fire and run with it. You're taking care of everybody, because everybody under you is contributing to, one, your promotion, two, your paycheck, and your team. They are all part of your team, even if you didn't put them there.
And chances are the people that are put under you that you don't know are going to end up becoming some of the most special people to you that you don't even expect. So you better love them.
Yeah. What else was I going to say about that?
I don't know. You brought the heat. I got a little sweaty.
The first thing you need to do when a distributor is placed under you is reach out to them and say, hey, I know Lindsay brought you into the business, or I know Diane brought you into the business, or whoever. But I wanted you to know I'm your upline. I'm here for you if you ever need anything. I can't wait to meet you, and I'm so excited to work this business with you. And then if you run promotions for your team or anything like that, they need to be included in the text. If you're running for a promotion and that is going to result in them trying to run for their promotion as well, you need to be conversing with them back and forth. You do not want the first time that you contact somebody to be when it's time to place volume.
Yep.
That's going to make you look like a real booty hole. Okay, so we were talking about distributors. Let's go to some common objections. We get these all the time. And we've talked about this a little bit. You have got to have the boldness. You've got to be bold. And dealing with common objections, you can't let that deflate you and make you more self-conscious. You have got to be bold when people object to you. So let's talk about Aaron. You've approached me and I've shown a little bit of interest, and then I give you crickets for about 2 weeks, and then you check in with me again and I say, you know what, I just don't have time for this.
I immediately go to the Feel, Felt, Found. That is Sarah Robbins. She is a network marketing professional that all of you should be aware of. Her book is incredible. You can read it in like a day. It's called Rock Your Network Marketing Business. And that's just where I learned this, and I use it, and it works. Y'all, it works. So I would say, Lindsay, well, actually I wouldn't say her name because that's a little too aggressive, but I would say, you know what? I understand how you feel. You know, I felt the same way. I was so afraid, having 2 kids at home and working multiple jobs. You know, I was really afraid I wasn't going to have time to do it. And how was I going to fit it in? But what I have found is that I could just kind of work it in the spare moments, you know, and at night, instead of completely zoning out for Netflix at 9 o'clock, I'm working until 9:20, or in carpool when I'm waiting to pick my kids up from school. I'm just sending a couple of messages, and it's really working for me. And it's not taking away from the things that are priority in my life, but it's becoming a priority. And it's so funny how that happens. I felt like this couldn't fit, and somehow it has. That is just me being who I really am. I'm not making that up. Did any of you have extra time? I'm just curious. Who the crap on this team had a lot of extra freaking time lying around to work this business? None of you. So when somebody says I don't have time, why do you balk at that? Why do you think, oh, well, that's a no? It is an invitation for you to be vulnerable and honest and help them. That's all it is.
So feel, felt, found. This is, or I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. Here's what I found. That's your response.
It works for any objection.
Okay, objection number 2, and we're only going to hit a couple of these. You know what? I know 30 people who are doing this. I just feel like you guys are too saturated.
Oh gosh, you addressed this so well in your video. You should answer your own question.
Well, then just go watch my video.
You guys, if you walk into a Target and can hand your Blitz card to somebody and they haven't heard about it, it's not saturated. I actually met with a prospect one night at a Chili's right here down the road, and she said the same thing. So I was like, all right, I'll prove it to you. The next 3 people that walked up to the table, I asked if they had heard of it. Not one of them had. And this is 5 miles down the road from my house, where probably over 100 of us live, right? You guys probably within 20 minutes of each other, a good 100 of us. And none of these 3 people had heard of it. We aren't saturated. I would be able to sleep a lot more if we were saturated. That is for dang sure. We do not have nearly enough people. That's just, you got to watch Lindsay's video. We're not saturated at all. We have right at 100,000 paid distributors per month. A lot of companies who've been around as long or more than we have over 1 million. If I stick with this, I'm one of the first 100,000 in It Works Global in 10 years. What are we doing, Lindsay?
Partying on a yacht.
Making it right. Partying on a yacht.
No, I don't know. I just said something. I'm on a boat. I don't know.
I'm on a boat.
So, and then also, I meant to say this in my video and I forgot because I was trying to keep it very brief. And that's another tactic. If you're going to make videos, you've got to keep them at 2 minutes or under, or people don't watch them. But you'll learn these things as you go. But in Missouri, is it Missouri? Missouri, there are...
Michigan.
I read it, Missouri.
Grand Rapids, Michigan, right? Is that what, I don't know what you're saying. Go ahead. I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe it's Michigan. Either way, wherever it is. In one town, in one city, in one state, there are 10 ambassador diamonds. 10. And 5 of them live 20 minutes from one another. And one of them is a black diamond, meaning she's making over $100,000 a month for 6 consecutive months.
Michigan.
Is it Michigan?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, why didn't that was my post. I went back and found my post.
Did I see Tyler Mix?
Yeah, he's over here.
Hey.
Say hey.
Hey. Yes, it's Michigan. Yes, and like it's Kami Dempsey, Madra, and Stephanie Dunn. They go boop, 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 and they're right there. How many ambassadors do we have in Georgia, Lindsay?
1.
How many presidentials do we have in Georgia?
2.
2, and one of them is the ambassador's husband. So
that doesn't count.
We love
How many
him.
triples do we have? I think we've got 2 triples now. It's me and
No. 3. Amy Graham is back. Amy Graham is in.
Oh, yeah, she's here. Yeah.
She moved back.
So and we live and work in the same town. We went to the same churches. We know the same.
We're all together.
Yeah. So we're not saturated. Oh my gosh.
It blows my mind.
Alicia Waters lives in a town with like 2 stop signs, and she's one of 2 presidential diamonds.
It's got like 1,500 population.
Yeah. So don't even talk to me about saturation. Plus, with internet and social media, you can work this globally. You don't need your small town. But anyway, doesn't matter what they say. You have to have the boldness to come back at them with a response or a question. And if you know their why, back to what Aaron was saying earlier, if you know their why, then you can come back and say, who cares if you don't have time? We make time for what's important. I thought you wanted to go on your first family vacation. Is that not worth 5 minutes here and there?
Yep.
If you know their why, you can hit the nail on the head over and over and over again. So get that why at the very front, at the very first. So let's go to a question. Question number 3.
Hold on. My phone's dead.
No,
I got it. Hold on. It's barely hanging on. You guys don't freak out too much. It's coming. They're all waiting with bated breath. All right, here we go.
Question number 3. What common objection have you heard And how will you now respond? What's something that used to throw you off? Something that somebody's told you that you're like, oh, well, okay. Well, let me know if you're interested again. If you ever do, let me know. I'll kill you.
Don't say let me know. Okay. I will cut you.
What common objection have you heard? And how will you respond now?
You guys, if you say pyramid scheme, I'm going to lose my mind. Pyramid schemes are illegal. They do not have a product, and you get paid to sign names on paper. We don't have any of those criteria. We are not a pyramid scheme. You will no longer falter under that question, nor will you ask it on our page. You will respond and say, pyramid schemes are illegal. We have a product, and we do not get paid to sign distributors. Done.
Boom.
Boom. Beep.
Okay, do we have anything else about distributors? Step 3.
You guys need to go get them. You need to be bold, and you need to be unafraid, and you need to be busting through your 6 or 7 prospects and going to 20 or 25. You need to talk to people, find out what drives them, what motivates them, and you need to remember that this is an opportunity of a lifetime. We do not have a business like any other. This is something that is different than anything they've ever tried, and you have to talk to them and offer it to them. It is your job. You have a responsibility, an honor, a privilege to share this with people. Get it in your head, own it in your heart, and go out and do it. Spread this business like freaking glitter or pixie dust if you're a Disney nut like we are.
You see my guy?
Hold on, let's get the guy. I don't know who the guy is.
You turn the light out, babe.
Turn the light out, Tyler. Oh gosh. Yeah. Woohoo! That's the orbiter from Disney. We have one too. You guys, spread this business and the amazing opportunity. Just like that. That is who you are. You're the bulb in the middle, and your hands and your energy are flying around here.
This is you.
Yep, that's it. So I want to be lit up like a light bulb all the time, spreading this business like a crazy person. I'm not kidding. If Lindsay and I told her this today, if I could just shove off some of my confidence, some of my passion, some of my I don't give a crap to you guys, I would. You've got to get it for yourself. Some of you think, I'm just spending this money on auto ship and I'm not making any money back. Work. Talk to people. You will make this work. You will make money. You can't come into this business and not make money if you do what we ask you to do. And that's what you came here for. You came here to pay off debt. You came here to change your life. You came here to go on vacation. You came here to retire your husband or to adopt 100 orphans from across the world. You came here for a purpose. So either you sit here and worry, or you live a life free of fear and you put everything you have into this and you grow a passion where you didn't have a passion before. And it's a miracle. And you'll watch it again and again and again. And suddenly you'll have a team under you whose miracles matter more than your own. So you don't have time to wait and be afraid. Lindsay reposted the video that I had today. And she said, free of fear. And I was like, yes, free of freaking fear of what people think of you. What are the other things, Lindsay? Of legalism. Of fitting into a box. Of looking stupid. What else are you afraid of?
What the heck people think about you? I mean, I live that every day. That is and it's not like I focus on that. It's my subconscious thought. When I think I want to do this, then my immediate response thought is, what is so-and-so going to think? That's stupid. That is so stupid.
Yep.
So yes, freedom of that. Freedom of time. Are we talking about these things? Are we talking about freedom?
Yes.
So when you're working 50, 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week, guess who doesn't get to see you? The people who you love the most. What else are we talking about? Fear of rejection. Oh my gosh, shoot me in the face.
Oh yeah, that's fear of failure is a huge one that got posted tonight in answer to that question. Fear of failure. I think that's a human it's like programmed into us to want to succeed
Hold on.
at whatever.
Let me look up something for that one.
She's researching right now. She's Googling fun words, searching all the internets for all the good words. She's
Okay.
busy.
Here we
She's
go.
busy. Okay.
Oh, never mind. Hold on.
She's still searching all the words on the internet for you. She loves you so much. She's Googling. She do.
Okay. I've posted this before, but it's so important. Thomas Edison, who is the inventor of the light bulb, his teacher said he was too stupid to learn anything. He was fired from his first 2 jobs for being non-productive. I would call those some pretty big failures and things in life that could make you just want to go hide in a hole until you die. But as an inventor, Edison made 1,000 unsuccessful attempts at inventing the light bulb. And now we have electricity, and we're talking to you on a computer.
This right here is a light bulb. I mean, this is my life right now. I love these candles. Thank you, Thomas Edison, for not being afraid of failing.
Edison.
Failure. I say all the time, I failed my way to the top of this business. I did. I screwed up. But you guys, if you're screwing up, you're at least trying. You're at least doing something instead of sitting on your butt wondering who's going to come and change your life. Change it yourself.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to finish up with distributors with one more thing. Fast start qualifying. We have to talk about the importance of this, guys. Okay, so what's happening is we're signing distributors, and you're putting forth all of this effort and this energy and this love, and you're giving everything you've got to get distributors, and they come in, and maybe it's your fault, maybe it's not your fault. They're not doing anything. They never get 2 of their first 4 loyal customers, and you don't get a fast start bonus. We've got to fix this. We're missing out on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I know several of you who have 10, 15 distributors who never did anything. You also didn't get paid on them because we didn't fast start qualify them. So what we're going to do from now on, when you sign a distributor, give them a couple days to see what they're going to do. If they explode on their own, awesome. Teach them how to do it. Let them go. Let them run wild and do their thing and start to grow. If they don't do that, about maybe a week out, if they're not doing anything, you need to really start focusing on placing loyal customers under them. Two, to get them fast start qualified. If they're running an auto ship, then you're good, you're golden. Get them to run their auto ship, you place 2 of their 4, and then they only have to worry about 2 more to get the 120 product credit. If they're not running an auto ship, I would say place as many loyal customers as it takes to get them to 150 so that you get 99. And I know that it's incredibly hard to think about letting go of a loyal customer, but you're really not. They're still right here on your loyal customer list. They're still yours. You're still making commissions off of them because they're under you. But it's going to take you a really long time to get $99 off of commissions off of them. You want that $99 off your distributor way more. So we are starting to place, and we're really placing loyal customers for the fast start bonus. And I've contacted several people because I'm starting to watch, I'm telling people your new girl has a week left to get 2 loyal customers so that you get the $99 bonus. And people are saying they're just absolutely, I'm thinking of the wrong word here. They're very combatant to the idea of giving away loyal customers. But when you put it in perspective of money, actual money, and that's what you're here to do, is to make money and to help grow your team, then you really need to consider giving away those LCEs. And like I said, you're still not giving them away. They're still yours. And also it's helping your new distributors who may kind of have found a stumbling block that they can't get across. So if they see, I've got 2, I only need 2 more. Well, I can get my mom, I can get my best friend from high school. That's going to help them so much. So fast start qualifying all day long.
Yep.
Anything else with that?
One of the biggest objections we're having right now on the page, and we probably need to finish this up really quick, is that people can't afford it. That's overwhelmingly, that's the response people are saying, is that the price is not right. And
Or distributorship?
the products.
For the products?
Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. I've got some pretty strong feelings about that, so I don't want to answer it.
Guys, if you walk into a GNC and you pick up greens that are gross, greens that have a coffee scooper,
$50.
to choke down, it's going to be $50.
Yep, I've paid for that. I've paid $50 for disgusting greens.
And if you go try and get the all organic special chocolate ones that your kid will eat, Erin,
Yep. Yeah, nope, she spit them out on the floor, on my floor.
they're more than $50.
They were $59.
Okay, so that's more than our retail pricing. They get greens for $33 a month.
Crazy.
That's insane, guys. And they're earning free product. What the heck? They're getting money back for doing it, and they're earning free shipping.
I have there's a competing product with us. Like if you think about our greens on the go, it's $35 for how many sticks? 30?
30.
We have a competing product that is $25 for 14 sticks. 25 for 14 or 35 for 30.
And guys, I don't know of any other greens, and I could be wrong on this, but I don't know in any other greens that have probiotics in them.
Nope, spore probiotics that only open in your intestine, which means you're not spending money letting all of them die in your stomach, which actually causes all kinds of issues. But whatever, I'm not going to go into that. It's absolutely imperative that your confidence in the price of these products is utmost. You know that it's priced well. When people object to the price of it, you'll be able to say, we just worked it into the budget. This is what we did. I understand that people are on a shoestring budget. I stopped drinking Starbucks. I stopped eating out at Chili's. Stop eating out at Chili's one time a month and you can pay for your greens.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really remember ever having someone come at me saying that the price was too high on the products ever, but I'm sure it happened, but definitely not in the last year. It all has to do with you.
Yep.
With your response and your attitude and your fearfulness coming out in the conversation that's letting them say the products are too much. They are not too much. Yeah, I don't even understand.
Yeah, if they say it about the distributorship, we have a couple of really simple answers to that.
And we've talked about it. Ask anybody who owns a business. Email or Facebook Wilson Hood right now and ask him how much his overhead is every month to run a business and how much it costs.
Ridiculous.
Message my husband who has a printer the size of a car in our bedroom right now. Ask him how much it cost him to get started in his business. Guys, it's not even an option. I don't even know why we're talking about this.
$99 is not a big deal.
Yeah. Okay. So anything else that we need to hit before we hit the last? Okay. The very last thing is we're going to hit this one more time just so it's very clear. If you're going for a Ruby bonus, you have to complete the steps to success by the timeline we're given. In your first 30 days, you have to be commission qualified. If you are not commission qualified in your first 30 days, but in your second month you sign 12 loyal customers and 13 distributors, you're not getting the Ruby bonus. You have to run an auto ship, or you have to be at 150 PBV in your first 30 days. You have to get 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days. Non-negotiable. You have to get the Ruby bonus. And then you've got to go Ruby, which means you've got 5 people under you, doesn't matter how they got there. And 4 of the 5 all are at 400 in group volume. All of these things have to happen in order for you to earn that Ruby bonus. So you really, I mean, even if you don't know if you can achieve the Ruby bonus, do the steps. The first 2 are so simple. Do them just to be on the safe side because you never know what's going to happen. And we don't want you guys missing out on the Ruby bonus.
Nope.
Back to the Ruby bonus and being commission qualified. And we say get your first 4 loyal customers, and then you can start looking at placing loyal customers for fast start bonuses. Really, you need 5 or 6 loyal customers first of all, just because sometimes loyal customers cancel their loyal customer account. Sometimes they cancel to become a distributor. You've got to replace those people. So
That's another reason we say to try get your 4 within the first 14 to 17 days. That way, if something happens to one of them, you have a week and a half to replace them.
That, and if you are being commission qualified by PBV because you cannot afford the auto ship, I would say you're not safe until your PBV is at 250. It needs to be at 250 before you say, okay, I'm good. I don't need to run my auto ship this month. Because if somebody returns something, if somebody rejects something, if, you know, who knows what could happen, that will come out of your PBV. That will subtract from your PBV, and it can cause you to go under 150, which will cause you to not be commission qualified. And you can't promote if you're not commission qualified. You don't get a paycheck if you're not commission qualified. You don't want that to happen. So you need at least 250 PBV to be on the safe side in order to be commission qualified. And then after that, do what you need to do. But I mean, honestly, guys, we all should be running auto ships. It's kind of, we've always said auto ship is law. We understand some of you are in a tight position, but run that auto ship. Become a product of the product. Sell some wraps. That's what it's there for.
It's a tax write-off.
It is a tax write-off.
So I'd be buying that auto ship every single month if I was you, because you're going to want it eventually. But it's an investment. It's not a drain. It's not a sacrifice. It's not even overhead. You're not paying, 80 BV so that someone is sitting taking calls for you. You're paying 80 BV for products you need to be putting in your freaking body so you can have a story to tell other people so they'll put it in their body. That's why we run auto ships. We use the product every single month. For 4 years, I've been buying an auto ship and using those products. These products work. You need to use them.
All right, question number 4. What's your aha moment from tonight's training? Hope you enjoyed it.
Night-night.
I'll see y'all later.
Love you.